Today, the Framework computer team made some big announcements for the existing products, the 13 and the 16, and they actually introduced 2 new products. So I want to walk you guys through that. Now, while they did make some big updates for the 13-inch model, the 16 didn't get as many as I was hoping because it is a much newer product. I'm going to be working on my 1-year review of it soon, so stay tuned for that. But there are definitely some exciting updates with a new Framework desktop and also a 2-in-1 laptop. So let's get into it, discuss the updates and the new products.
We've actually grown our sales year over year, every year since starting this company. Even when the broader, yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? That's a good chart, the hockey stick. You want that shape. Even when the broader PC industry has been in decline. It's been a tough few years for the PC industry, it really has been. So let's get started today with the Framework Laptop 13. For those of you who aren't familiar, Framework Laptop 13 is a thin, light, high-performance 13.5-inch notebook where you can replace literally every part of it in minutes using just the one tool that we include in the box. I actually do carry around a screwdriver at all times in case I need it. We also open sourced major parts of this product. We've seen the community and partners do incredible things with that. We've seen cyberdecks. We've seen gaming handhelds. We've seen a RISC-V mainboard and multiple open source laptop projects. It really is wild stuff. So the first product that I'd like to introduce today is the latest version of the Framework Laptop 13. We're probably the only company that can announce a product that looks the same 4 years in a row and get cheers every time. That's okay, it's actually the point. Even though it looks the same on the outside, it's new inside in all the right ways. Framework Laptop 13 now comes with AMD's latest Ryzen AI 300 series processors. Yes, these are awesome. These are really great processors, they truly are. These come with AMD's new Zen 5 cores, Radeon RDNA 3.5 graphics, a 50 TOPS NPU. It really is super, super impressive. For the first time, we also have a new version that includes a Ryzen 9 processor. This thing comes with some insane performance. It has 12 CPU cores and a 16-core GPU. This thing is seriously, seriously impressive. I've actually been spending the last few months playing Final Fantasy Remake on a Framework Laptop 13 while testing it out. So if this product's late, now you know who to blame. It is super impressive, though. That is the kind of game that in the last generation and previous generations would have needed discrete graphics. We're also committed as a company to bringing transparency to consumer electronics. That's why we've reintroduced the translucent bezel. It looks so cool. We actually have 4 different translucent colors now. This is actually my favorite, probably the atomic purple that we have here. USB-C expansion cards also in translucent. This thing, it really looks super wild. I love the level of customization that we've been able to deliver this generation.
That's super cool. They use the atomic purple like I have on my Game Boy here and my N64 over there. They really know their target demographic of people who like these laptops, clearly are into electronics and probably have been for a long time, and most likely grew up on Game Boys and N64s and all these colorful devices. The transparent stuff's super nice. Like I have the LED matrices here and the clear keyboard, the clear kind of numpad here. But it'd be awesome to have a kind of whole transparent look. And it's just nice that you can also get those expansion modules here now in different colors as well. This is kind of an example of the company being like really in tune with who their target demographic is. I've seen on the subreddits that on the 13 they used to have the actual transparent bezel, but it was hard to manufacture, so they only made a limited run of them. But people were like obsessed with it, and it does look super cool. I'll throw up an image here if I can find it.
We started shipping this just over a year ago. Of course, we are still really just getting started on Framework Laptop 16. Right at the start, we open sourced the customizable input module system, and we've seen the community come up with some pretty incredible stuff. We've seen an RGB LED matrix. We saw an e-ink display. There's a lot of cool projects out there in the community. One thing that's been really challenging, though, is keyboards. That thin height of the Framework Laptop 16 means you can't bring in things like traditional desktop mechanical key switches. There's just no space for that. The community's tried a lot of creative workarounds to get around it, but there really was no solve. So what we decided to build is a solution for that we're calling the One Key module. It's a fully self-contained mechanical and electrical key switch, just like you'd find in a normal desktop mechanical key. So with that, developers can create ortholinear layouts, ergonomic designs, and really anything else that they can come up with. We actually have a proof of concept of an ortholinear layout in a Framework Laptop 16 that you can try out in the demo area later. We are really still getting started with our first generation of Framework Laptop 16. We are committed to delivering that same type of longevity, and we're excited for the long roadmap ahead on Framework Laptop 16. We're just getting started, and I really do mean it. Our product philosophy is working, and we're always thinking about where to bring it next. Early last year, our friends at AMD started telling us about this massive new processor coming up on the roadmap. They actually announced it last month at CES. It's called Ryzen AI Max. It really is super impressive. This thing has up to 16 CPU cores, discrete level graphics in an APU, and up to 128 gigabytes of addressable memory. This thing is insanely capable. And whether or not you know what all those specs mean, this is a massive, massive processor. It was immediately obvious to us when AMD first told us about this that we needed to use it in something. I am actually very excited to show you this product. What we put Ryzen AI Max into is the Framework desktop. Culture around PCs is just incredible. All of the DIY, learning all the esoteric knowledge, building anything you can dream up, and sharing it with your friends at LAN parties. It really, truly is a fun culture, and we wanted to make it as accessible as we could to everyone. We're able to run this at 120 watts continuous while still keeping it quiet. This is obviously a lot more power than you can normally get out of a notebook. So we actually worked with Cooler Master on 2 fan options, and we also have a new version of one of Noctua's most popular 120mm fans. Cooler Master and Noctua both actually contributed to the design of the thermal system in the Framework desktop, so this thing really, truly is super optimized. There is unfortunately one place where we couldn't live up to the norms of the PC space, and that is memory. Ryzen AI Max is limited to soldered LPDDR5X to get that massive memory throughput. This is actually something that we wrestled with a lot internally. It's something that we spend a lot of time with AMD on, but there just wasn't a technical solution for modularity while getting that massive 256 gigabytes per second of memory throughput. It was still important enough for us to bring Ryzen AI Max into a desktop that we took that trade-off. I've been waiting for someone to throw something at me, but I think you get why we built this.
One of the great things about this processor is that it's using our latest technologies. So you have Zen 5 cores, you have a new optimized RDNA 3.5 graphics architecture, but all those desktop caliber, desktop grade gaming features that you find in our Adrenaline software, well, those are going to all work on the Ryzen AI processor.
With 128 gigabytes of memory, that'll run you about $4,800. That's maybe not so accessible. There's NVIDIA Digits. That costs, actually, I don't know. I don't think anyone knows what it costs. The Framework desktop, our 128 gigabyte Framework desktop, we priced it at $19.99. We have 5 gigabit Ethernet. We've got USB 4. That means you can actually network together multiple. You can network together multiple Framework desktops or multiple main boards and run those full models, including the full DeepSeek model. This thing is just wild. I love that you can take a state-of-the-art model and run it and own it right on your desk. It just looks crazy. We're actually going to have a demo of this over in the demo area as well, so you can check it out later. With personalization, too. You can choose between black and translucent side panels. We've got an optional carrying handle, so you can carry it over to that LAN party. And the front panel is also fully customizable. We have what we're calling the tile system, where you can choose between 7 different colors and a range of different logo designs that you can configure to your heart's desire. As always, we also open source the design of that tile system, so you can create your own, 3D print them, share them with the community, and really build anything that you'd like to. We've got some really cool stuff that we've been building internally around this already. I can see a lot of you refreshing our website right now. Actually, maybe we should have run it on a Framework desktop. We're going to be opening pre-orders actually right after this presentation ends, and the Framework desktop ships early Q3.
Now, I was actually thinking when they put up the Framework desktop that it was going to be able to like reuse the board from in here, but I guess that doesn't make as much sense because, you know, they have the Cooler Master case where you can reuse those existing main boards for a standalone kind of computer. So I guess they didn't really need that for a desktop. But I was just thinking maybe like it would be the main board, and then you could have like a GPU attachment, maybe like an internal eGPU type thing where it just creates a closed frame for it. But I understand that it seems like they've been working with AMD for this Max chip that is incredibly powerful and just very good for these AI applications.
Unfortunately, the people who are often stuck with the worst, most disposable, generic, crap-top computers are the ones who need that the most, really. And so we decided, based on our mission and framework, that we needed to fix that. And so we did. What we've built and what I'd like to share with you today is the Framework Laptop 12. It actually has the full 13th gen Intel Core processor inside of it. We enabled support for up to 48 gigs of memory, 2 terabytes of storage, Wi-Fi 6E. This really is a real computer. We designed a custom 1920 by 1200 display with over 400 nits of brightness. All these specs, these are things that you'd expect in a normal high-end laptop. We're bringing it into an entry-level package. We've got lavender, sage, gray, black, and my personal favorite, bubblegum. This thing looks super cool. We have shock-absorbing TPU, overmolded on plastic with a metal inner structure to handle bumps and drops. And just like every product we build, any part of it can be replaced in minutes. You ever do manage to break something with the single screwdriver that we include in the box. These are actually color match. We felt that this was very important to solve for the color match.
And then the 12-inch seems just like a really nice portable size. I do want to take a look at their website and see if we can find anything about what's going on there with the pricing. Well, I actually went into the site and it was saying 14-minute wait like 2 minutes ago, and now it's saying 6 minutes. So we'll be back here in a second when I actually get in. This is probably because a lot of people are trying to pre-order the desktop, I would imagine, and maybe the 300 chip for the 13. So we're in. You can see it's a 4.5 liter, and you can see it compared to kind of some things that are everyday objects. This kind of takes banana to scale to a different level here. So like they mentioned, I think there were 3 configurations of the Framework desktop, top end being $19.99 and like $10.99 for the lowest one, I think. Yeah, here. So you're just getting less RAM and a weaker GPU in the base configuration. And then you're getting 64 gigs and the top of the line kind of GPU here. But then you're getting the most amount of RAM, which is non-upgradable for all these. And it looks like they're already on batch 2. So if you're interested in these, I would get on them soon because we are only a few hours after the event right now. So they actually, it looks like they haven't actually released this yet for pre-orders. But yeah, that the silver or the black one's looking pretty nice in my opinion. And they color matched all the pens like they said, with those colorful expansion modules too. Expecting the 2-in-1 to be a bigger model, like a 14 or a 15 inch, but I guess it does make sense because it's kind of like that tablet size, and it has a pen, which is nice. I like pens and everything. I even have one in my phone here and all my e-ink tablets and my other laptop. But the desktop application is very interesting for those AI workloads. and I'm hoping to see many more updates for the Framework 16 soon. A lot of community-led projects and other things of that sort. But the 13-inch, that's an incredibly nice upgrade because that 16-core GPU now puts it in like proper kind of gaming territory, and it's incredibly thin and light, under 3 pounds. So that's just a little workhorse. Let me know your thoughts of these updates in the comments. If you were happy about them, disappointed, what you think about the two new products. I'll be working on my long-term review, like I said, of the Framework 16. So I'll put that out here when I get that 1-year review in. And here you can check out my framework playlist if you want to see other content I've put out about these products. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.